Before we dive into the next chapter of Call of Duty with Black Ops 6 zombies, we need to revisit the journey that got us here. The zombie storyline has evolved into one of the most intricate tales in gaming. From the moment we first stepped into the fog of D Machine to the chaos of Forsaken, the Dark Aether has shaped everything from what we knew. In today's video, we're going to be playing through all of the Cold War Easter eggs, uncovering all the secrets and lore hidden in each map so we can prepare for what's next. And with Black Ops 6 on the horizon, the Dark Aether storyline isn't finished yet. Stick with me as we crack open the secrets of the past and understand what may come in the future. Let's jump right in. Before we hop into the D Machine Easter egg, we have to set some things in place. We have a character on screen, Samantha Maxis, who is one of the surviving members of the Aether storyline. In the fall of 1983, outbreak zones start to appear all over the world, and this makes Samantha contact a man named Weaver. Weaver is a special officer for Requiem's Field Operations Division. Requiem is a American-staffed but internationally staffed organization dedicated to analyzing and containing the new threat of these outbreak zones. Samantha Maxis, who we'll just call Sam from now on, contacts Weaver, urging him to watch some of the tapes you're seeing on screen right now. And it's Soviets walking into a bunker with a image on the wall saying Project End Station. These are Soviets walking into a bunker that appears to be made by Germans, which was very intriguing for Samantha Maxis and very intriguing for Weaver. During World War II, the Germans attempted making a particle accelerator, and when it was turned on, it accidentally created zombies. Never heard that story before. When the Germans realized what they did, they realized that they actually have a newfound opportunity to make a super soldier. After various testing, they accidentally left the machine on and then abandoned the station altogether. Years down the line, we see the events take place that's happening right now, which is the Soviets rediscovering the machine still on with zombies inside of it. When the Soviets stumbled across this facility, they realized that the Germans left a huge mess and they needed to clean it up. After cleaning up this mess, burning some bodies and all that good stuff, they sent one poor soul, Kazimir Zykov, to go into the facility and shut down the machine and weld the doors behind him, sealing his fate in Project End Station. These tapes that we're watching took place in World War II, and we're going to fast forward back to 1983, where Samantha Maxis is talking to Weaver about these tapes. Now, in the fall of 1983, these dimensional breaches are popping up all over the place around the world, and Samantha is telling Weaver that this is an issue. Samantha, anonymously from a payphone, drops this information on Weaver and just kind of disappears, and Weaver sends out a strike team, that's us, into this abandoned facility to investigate. And that's the beginning of our story. D Machine takes place in this lovely land, Nocturne version 27, because Treyarch loves reusing maps. The first step is to get all the power on, and then we're gonna start looking for the Aether Scope. We're gonna get moving on getting this map open a little bit and getting the power on. And we're gonna start by just point gathering and all that good stuff. I should say as context to this video that before doing this video, I had only done one Easter egg, and it was Zetsubo no Shima with a bunch of friends back in the day. So this task has been kind of monumental for me, and I know Cold War Easter eggs are substantially easier, but this has been a journey that I've been glad to go on because I think it's great to learn about the story as we go into Black Ops 6, which should be coming out in less than a couple of weeks by the time this video comes out. Alright, let's get this door open, and then we're gonna get into the facility. By the time that the strike team gets the power on, it becomes overwhelmingly clear of two things. One, Omega has recently been here, and two, the cyclotron is the reason why these dimensional breaches keep popping up all over the place. Alright, we got the power on, we're hitting both the terminals. And then we're going to get that pack-a-punch, and life will be good. After the facility is on, it becomes clear that we have to build the Aether Scope in order to find clues to figure out how to turn the machine off. But before we hop into the clues that we find, I have to show you one of the most important pieces of this puzzle. Here is the Easter egg of the century, boys. Get ready to see it. There it is. Yeah, baby. Look at this, dude. He's vibing, bruh. Okay, it wasn't actually the most important thing about this map, but I do have to say hats off to Treyarch, because this was one of the coolest side Easter eggs I've seen in a Treyarch game ever, and I really hope that when Black Ops 6 comes out, that they that they incorporate something like, look at me just bobbing. I hope they incorporate something like this. Dog! When the facility is back on, the strike team develops an ability to be able to go through teleporters that allow them to go from the regular world into the Dark Aether. And in the Dark Aether, they're able to find pieces to the Aether Scope. And the Aether Scope is a portable scanner that's used for surveying the Dark Aether and studying it. It's able to uncover these spectral reflections, or these like sources of energy that can give us some intel as to what happened during the time of Project Endstation. We found the entire thing so far. There's a billion plague hounds chasing me, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Excuse me, pardon me. Thank you very much. I appreciate your service, lassie. For death! Boom. And then right away we get the second we got some armor too. We have the second essential piece, which is this key card, which will be used to get the wonder weapon. So now that we have the key card, we can go over to this computer, insert the key card, and out pops the DIE remote control. And this is how we're gonna get the wonder weapon. Boom, it busts open the door, and there's the free wonder weapon. And I guess we don't need this shotgun anymore, so we will just pick her up. Boom. There we go, 2 wonder weapons, and it's round 10. This is kind of insane for me. Alright, so let's go make the Aether Scope really fast. Let's build the Aether Scope right here, and we'll pick her up. With the Aether Scope in hand, we're able to go back into the Dark Aether, and we pick up a journal off the desk of one of these labs, and we go around and find the spectral reflections, and we're able to talk to a man named Ulrich Vogel, and he is the director of Project Endstation. And we use his diary and kind of go through various areas in the map, and he tells us some information about what they're doing at Project Endstation. And we find out that they are trying to make this canister or device that can restore brain function after people have already been zombified. So Strike Team takes this information and realizes in order for them to figure out how to shut down the machine, they need to find somebody who they can restore brain function, who can help them shut down the end station. Come on, you megaton! Ding dong, bada bada bing bong!
Got another exfil window.
Get down here, you stinky! You're almost dead. Yeah, get over here. Come here, you dingus! Come on, there you go. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Next step of the Easter egg. Almost done already, which is goated. They're coming together, and then something happens. Skadoosh. See you later, buddy.
Get out! This isn't over. Get after him now.
Get after him. I'm coming, Orlov. So we captured and reverted the man Orlov, the man, the myth, the legend. And we realized that this is the man we need in order to shut down the station. So he runs off, and we go back into the Dark Aether, and using the Aether Scope, we go and find some more intelligence about him, and this portion actually teleports us into sort of a boss fight where we go down to where the particle accelerator is, and we talk to half zombified Orlov, and we kind of remind him of his family. And what you see on screen is Orlov before all the stuff went down, and we use this information and take the family photo to him and show him what his life was before. And now our only objective is to protect Orlov while he shuts down the machine. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend. There he is, family photo once again.
And these faces are familiar to me. I knew them once. Years past. They were my senior, my family. I came here to this cursed land to do a job. Amiga, they had me. Yet, they made me turn on this machine of the damned. It caused horrible things. I caused horrible things. Amiga Group, they have big plans. You are here to stop them. I will help you. We will shut off this infernal machine. Close the gateway. It will be the first step. I will repair the damage I have done.
After Orlov's short little monologue, he goes through the process of shutting down the machine, and you have to protect him through this period, and it's actually a really intense battle. And I do have to say, to touch on the gameplay a little bit, this is actually a really fun map. It is really easy, but I think it was kind of smart of Treyarch to start this series off with an easier map just to help, you know, newbie players like myself to kind of have an entry point into zombies, because there are later maps that are significantly more difficult. One other thing I didn't mention is the wonder weapon, the DIE Shockwave. I did show it earlier on how to get it, but I didn't really comment on how it plays, and honestly the base variant is my favorite just because I feel like it's the most effective, but all of the other variants, being 4 of them, and it's electric, thermo, ice, and Nova 5 gas, are also really fun to use. I think the effects are really nice. It's pretty effective for killing zombies. There are better ones, there are worse ones, but I think overall it's a really good wonder weapon that fits the theme of this map. Orlov successfully shuts down the machine, and in his final moments, he's still reminiscing on his family, which honestly, the story of Orlov is just so sad, but he shuts down the machine, and as you're escaping, he decides to stay behind and sacrifice himself so he can nuke the facility to ensure that Project Endstation's work never sees the light of day. So we're running through the facility with these Aether lightning things that insta-kill you. This shit was so scary. But you are running through and you exfil out with the information you have, and you're waiting for your next mission, which is Firebase Z. Map number 2, baby. Firebase Z. Got the Mr. Raffle Waffles guides pulled up, ready to go. So to provide a little bit of context of how we get to Firebase Z, which is based in Quezon City, Vietnam, Maxis kind of was going rogue, kind of on their own. We didn't know where she was after the events of D Machine. But after that happened, Weaver really wanted to see Maxis back in the field and operating again. And when they tried to figure out where she was, they found out that she was actually talking to someone from Omega Group. A bunch of stuff ended up happening behind the scenes, and we find out that Maxis was actually captured by Omega Group, or who we will later find out to be Dr. Peck. And the contact that she had is this man we see right in front of us right now, Sergei Ravanov, or Captain Ravanov. and he gives us some steps on what to do next.
Ravenov, point my team in the right direction. They'll find Maxis.
Хорошо, он есть Айлут. You look like you have the courage of our Soviets. Take the teleporter on the roof to the base. Your Maxis is there. I would join you, but it is your turn now. I will watch the security feeds and help when I can. Go now.
Go now! Alright, bye. So we do exactly that. We follow Ravenov's instructions, we go through the teleporter, and once we go through the teleporter, we land in Firebase Z. When we land in Firebase Z, we are greeted by a man named Dr. Peck. We learn a few things about Dr. Peck here. We learn, one, that he's working with Omega Group, which is the group led by Kravchenko that assists in leading the effort to gain more control over Ethereum in the Ethereum arms race. As soon as we land in Firebase Z, Dr. Peck tells us that he knows exactly where Samantha Maxis is, and he is actually willing to give Samantha Maxis to Requiem so long as that they turn the facility power on, which we later find out is a guise to get what he really wants.
James Peck, where are you keeping her? Well, she's not here. I'm conducting a little experiment. How long can a person survive in the Dark Aether? It's been a few days, so my money's on her being dead already. I could help you bring her back, but why would I do a stupid thing like that? Now, if you'll excuse me, with the power back on, I can finish my data transfer to Omega HQ. Ciao, suckers.
Fucking suka. The Dark Aether is a death sentence. I have seen it break men who survived the Gulag. There are other ways to make Peck talk. Return to the village.
So Dr. Peck just threw Samantha Maxis into the Dark Aether, which is not a good thing. So now Requiem's like, oh no, what do we do? And we go back to Ravenov to devise a plan.
When Omega first sent men into the Dark Aether, they came back crazy, telling stories we knew could not be true. To extract the truth, we created a special serum. This keycard will get you access to the materials needed to make a dose. This truth serum will make that bastard Peck tell you anything.
This is the exact reason why Ravenov had been such a valuable resource for Requiem. Because Ravenov worked for Omega, he knew all the ins and outs of what was happening at this facility, so he was able to inform us about this truth serum that Dr. Peck had created. With this information in hand, we're able to go back to the facility and find all the parts for this truth serum and put them in this freaking vacuum cleaner thing, and then put it on like the AC unit on top of where Dr. Peck's office is, and then we get him to do something no one could have ever imagined.
My truth serum? I suppose you think you're clever. Is it even a proper dose? Oh, it might be. Symptom check, warm tingles, goosebumps, feeling of happiness, euphoria. Which means it's time for hallucinations. Memories.
Is bro okay?
Memories. I see. Is that? I believe it is. The meaning of life. To dance.
This bro is literally dancing. This bro is geeking off the sauce, literally dancing because of this truth serum. Not even for like a few seconds too. He does this for a whole 2 minutes. It's the only thing I don't like about this Easter egg.
But to locate Maxis, you'll need her dimensional tracker ID tag. Sabine has that. Oh, yeah. They're all dead. Or infected. Head to the data center. There may be something that can help you.
After the truth serum had taken effect on Dr. Peck, he tells us that there's 3 pieces of information we need in order to get Maxis out of the Dark Aether again. But these 3 pieces of information are with 3 different people who are already infected. And this is the start to one of the most infuriating steps to this entire Easter egg, the Mimic step. Essence traps, And we can only carry one of them at a time, which sucks.
The memory transference station. Built to recover memories from Dark Aether miners transformed by Ethereum. All you need to do is find Sokolov, Brahms, and Zabine in their current forms. Trap their essence, collect their memories. Easy peasy.
So like Dr. Peck said, we have to go around the map and find certain mimics, and we have to trap their essence inside of this essence trap tactical thing. And the way we have to do it is we actually have to get them on like super low health and capture them like it's freaking Pokemon. And it's literally the most infuriating step ever. I think I got this one right off the rip, but I think I was looking for that last one for like literally an hour. Damn it, it captured the wrong one. Frick! There we go, we captured him. This could be the one, gamers. Alright, we're gonna put this mimic in and hope that this is the one that gets it. Sokolov, that is one of them, I think.
That's one of the activation codes. Just need to find the other one.
Alright, we're capturing this mimic. Hopefully it's the one. I highly doubt it, though. Yep, wrong person. I kind of thought so. I gotta go retrieve this dude's eyeball. I don't know if I can show this part on YouTube, because it's pretty, yeah, it doesn't look very healthy. Oh, boy. Delicious. Look at that eyeball. I don't know if I can show you that, but... Oh, yep, he's alive now. Yeah, I don't know if I can show that. It's a little graphic, but, you know. Imagine eyeball go bye-bye, and it's in my hands. There we go. Captured the mimic. Because it's not one that jumped out of the locker, I'm just gonna see if this one does it for this step. Alright, so we got the mimic. I know I totally disregarded the trial, but I'm worried that could have been one, because it was in a different location. Just gonna wait on confirmation from Weaver. Yep, that's the second activation code. We only need one more. Ah, shit, I killed him. Come on, mimic. Oh. Fuck. Damn it. I brain rotted his ass. God damn it. My gun is too good. That had to be him, too. Unless it's this guy. I mean, we'll give it a try, but I highly freaking doubt it. Oh, my gosh. This mimic step is terrible. All right, that mimic is freaking balls! I hate this step with a burning passion, bro. It's insanity, bro. How are you supposed to breathe? Where did this man go? Give me armor. I need that. Thank you. There he is. Come here, you little bastard. Get in there! Yeah! Okay, I highly doubt it's going to be him, but we're just going to give it a whirly and see what happens. That is not him, I'm pretty sure. So while I was already pissed off about the mimic step and how difficult it was, I also had to build the Reiki, which requires me to look at this computer screen that's right in front of me and memorize where it stops, and then I have to line it up with a dartboard and spawn. Who at Treyarch is thinking of these steps? This is the most vile step for a freaking wonder weapon I have ever seen. Right, so I basically just ether shrouded and paused my game over and over again to just try to get the marks, but basically we have to use that computer to correspond it with a dartboard, which is really terrible, but hopefully I got it right. I kind of have this dumb freaking circle. I don't even know which one's first. Wow, I killed myself trying to do this. All right, and I lost all my perks. Or we're just gonna give it a whirl again, I guess. I am literally just gonna buy this gun right here and just keep shooting it until it does something. After spraying and praying at a dartboard, I decided to go back and see if I could find the final mimic, and I think I found it right here. I think that's the mimic. It has to be. It literally has to be. Damn it! I sucked up the wrong bitch. Frick, man. Come on. All right. I just need to get this guy to just follow me. Get your chunky monkey butt over here. Oh, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Nope. Damn it. Oh, my. Sweet Hanukkah. For criminy sake. Come here, you dirty Bertie. Come here, you dirty Bertie. No! Oh my gosh, this mimic step is gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me. I'm almost certain. Oh yes. You bastard! Just oh my gosh, just do this suck. Holy moly, bro. This is insanity. Get in the thing. Oh my gosh, I'm pressing the button. The game literally does not want me to do it. You sack of donkey. Oh my goodness, bro. Just get, please, dude. I know you're it too. That's what, oh my god. I do like this. Oh my god. Oh, you sack of donkey shit, bro. You suck so bad. Oh my fucking god. I've been looking through this footage, and this specific mimic totally would have been it, and because I missed the first trap, I just ran around the map for like 45 minutes just trying to trap it with a new trap, but I think because I already attempted it once, it just wouldn't let me do it, so the mimic was not getting sucked up, so I was forced to have to end the round and find a new mimic after trying for so long. And it felt like all hope was gone until this happened. Yes! Please let that be it. Please let that be it. Please let that be it. Please, 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 please. Oh my god, please let that. Jesus, the Lord, the Aether, Maxis, whatever, please, for the love of baloney, please be right. Just. Oh my. Please, just. Oh my sweet.
That's Max's track.
Oh my god, that's it. Alright, we got the mimic. Oh. You have no idea. That was terrible. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is try to do the Ray K, because that is gonna be essential for the next step. We do have the mimic step done, which is great, but what's not great is the fact that this shit is not working. 1, 2, 3. Alright, 1, 2, 3. 1.
Finally, you need to shoot the bullseye in the middle, and if you've inputted your numbers correctly, it will rotate and apart.
It's not doing that, Milo. It's not rotating. Milo, I think you're a fucking liar. What? No way. Okay, so after doing it again, I have a different code. And we're just, the only thing we can do is try. Oh my gosh! And there it is, right there, the Ray K. Thank you, Jesus. Look at that beauty, by the way. Just look at it. So with the Ray K built and the mimic step complete, we can finally finish off this Easter egg. And we had to take that floppy disk from the mimic step and insert it into the machine in the offices, and that opens the door to the OPC, which is where the portal will spawn in for Samantha Maxis to come through. Now, the portal was not stable quite yet, so we actually have to run down and talk to Dr. Peck and figure out what we need to do next. When we end up talking to Dr. Peck, he tells us in order for us to stabilize the portal, we need more power and to find Ethereum crystals and place them in each of the ether reactors, which should work. After we deposit all the Ethereum crystals at the reactors, we're told to rush back to the OPC in anticipation for Samantha's arrival. But when we go there, it says that the power is overloaded and the portal collapses. Dr. Peck had one last trick up his sleeve, so when he told us to deposit the Ethereum crystals at the reactors, he was actually lying because the truth serum had worn off because the compounds weren't mixed correctly. What Dr. Peck doesn't know is that the director from Requiem actually had a different plan, so we're using this giant beam from the sky and using this satellite dish to power the OPC so we can forcefully open the portal.
What the hell is that? Are you firing a goddamn space laser at my satellite dish?
Oh, baby. Yeah, baby. After the events of this laser beam from the sky, the following happens. Oh, it forced me to interact with it. Okay, that scared me so bad. I thought it was over.
Sam, what happened to you?
I recognize that voice. Weaver. You are Requiem. Run!
Are you fucking kidding me?
We finally have Maxis. We finally return to the village, but there's a giant freaking Orda that we have to fight before we're able to escape. And I have to say, from a gameplay perspective, this is actually a relatively easy boss fight. I had the Reiki only single pack-a-punched, and I was able to take it out in like 10-15 minutes. I have to say, Firebase Z, as difficult as the Mimic Step is, and as difficult as it was for me to do the Reiki, this was actually a really enjoyable map overall. I think that the Reiki is one of the best wonder weapons that came out of this game, to be really honest. But in terms of the story, the strike team successfully takes out the Orda and is able to escape, and we get a ride from Ravenov and drive off with Maxis back to Requiem to regroup and see what to do next. Ravenov decides not to tag along with Sam and the strike team because he has some operation underway in the Ural Mountains, and that he has to stay in the field, which we find out later to be Outbreak. Due to the success of the operation by strike team, Dr. Peck found himself in a little bit of a sticky situation, if you will. And Valentina came to confront him and say that he didn't do very good. And Dr. Peck was like, "Nuh-uh, I'm gonna talk to your manager." And then he was like, "Oh, here he is, right here. My name's Kravchenko, and I'm going to steal your eyeball." And yeah, that's how the Easter egg ends. And this leads into our next map, which is Outbreak. Outbreak was an experience that we had really never seen before in Call of Duty Zombies. It was this semi-open world experience where you would teleport to another region, and there was like a rotation of 4 or 5 maps on launch. I know that the general reception of this initial launch was okay, but I know there was definitely some people that really did not like the open world experience. But the lore for this map is important and actually not that bad. We take right up after Firebase Z. Ravenov has gone to the Ural Mountains for some sort of side quest, and we are instructed by Requiem to go to these different areas for all the outbreaks that were appearing all over the world. Maxis really wanted to get back into the field, but she was actually denied access to work in the field by vote of Requiem, and because of this, they actually held her captive at Requiem headquarters. But Maxis was really itching for some more action, so she found a workaround to be able to contact the strike team. But the way that she did this was behind Weaver and Requiem's back, so it was kind of sketch, but it was for the greater good because Ravenov had told Maxis some information that Omega was hiding missiles to be able to send outbreak zones to anywhere in the world. We are now on Tier 3, and all the side quests are complete, which means we're going to start the first step to the Easter egg. So the first step that we need to do is go activate a radio, which should be right under here. So here's the radio. We got to listen to it, and we got to wait for it to do a certain static noise feedback thing instead of just feedback. All right, so we got active static noise number 1. Oh, here's one. Perfect. Here it is. Perfect. Here it is. Feedback. There we go. Alright, so now we gotta go back to the original radio.
Loyal soldiers of Requiem. Remember me? It's been a while. Feels like it's anywhere. Take that device to the beacon. We need to talk. You and I. On a secure tunnel.
So Maxis, that sneaky devil, is inside of Requiem, captured, but is still finding ways to speak to the strike team. And she speaks through this radio, and then we eventually go back to the warp machine where we get some more information from her.
There you are. There's something you must do. Ravenov is in the field. Find him. I can still trust you, yes? Don't worry. This is a secure frequency used only by the beacon. Requiem won't know anything. Unless you tell them.
Okie dokie. So Maxis decides to put her full trust in complete strangers to find Ravenov, which is nowhere to be found, but we're just supposed to know where he is. But we do know where he is because he leaves a signature, which is silver monkey bombs, in the next map. Very weird way to find this man, but so is the storyline. So first monkey location is right here, and that was not it. Alright, so the next one is going to be on this ship, which we were ironically just at. Should be another monkey somewhere in here in the corner. Nope. Oh, it's right here, I think. There it is. And there is the microfilm slides we need. So Ravenov, who strangely communicates through silver monkeys, decides to leave us some microfilm slides, which we have to go find a projector for in the map, and we do just that. Here's the projector. And now we just gotta chill here and let her talk. Maxis does a whole lot of yapping here, so I'm just gonna summarize what she says. These microfilm slides basically tell us that the Russians, or Omega, was working on a project they named Operacja Inversia. And it's basically these rockets they make where they use the Ethereum so they can make outbreak zones anywhere in the world. And it's kind of funny because they strap a freaking Tempest to it to make sure it goes under radar, which is really funny in my opinion. But Ravenov was able to get a hold of this information and find out where they're storing these missiles. So Maxis is politely telling us that maybe we should make those missiles no more. Here we go, down to the facility. Alright, so we gotta go find Ravenov. And look at that big boy. Alright, so now we gotta go down here.
Lockdown. All personnel return to station.
Requiem! Where is Maxis?
I'm here. Still being held by Requiem. They don't want me in the field.
They do not trust you. But we do know what is at stake, yes? Somehow, Beck found a way to supercharge the crystal's power for his warheads. By using those crystalline creatures.
If the war had said this facility were to detonate, they would trigger an inversion in this reality, creating outbreak zones wherever Omega chooses.
It is no use. I cannot launch the missiles from here. I need you to find the keys. That is the only way we can put an end to Operacja Inversia. Maxis, is there anywhere in particular you want to see destroyed?
This power is too dangerous for either Omega or Requiem to possess. So I say, We dump them in the middle of the Pacific.
Sounds like a plan. Go. Find the launch keys. I will prep the missiles.
So while Ravenov is nice and cozy in his little closet that he's walking into, getting the missiles ready, we have to go fight God to find the launch keys. Literally, look how many mimics there are. It's insanity, bro. Look at this. Look at this strat right here that I'm doing. That actually took out a really good chunk of them. That was awesome. Alrighty, so this is going to be our first one. We grab this, and then we got to get this guy. But this is the easiest one, honestly, because of that. Alright, so the next one is we got to go capture a monkey, which is very interesting. We literally lure a monkey with a essence trap and a banana. What the fuck is Call of Duty? I got the second key already. We're making good progress. There we go. We're floating into the jellyfish. Come to mama. I'm grabbing the key. Sorry, buddy. You dumb Russian. Anyway, key. Last key. All the way done.
It works, Ravenov. We've recovered the key.
I have finished prepping the missiles. Just need to initiate launch sequence. Since you have keys, you should do the honors.
Alright, so I believe this first phase, we just spam the other 11 balls out of them. And we're going to do it with this gun. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, the only Easter egg I'd completed before Cold War was Zetsubo no Shima. And this boss fight solo is actually incredibly difficult, but I did manage to pull through with a couple of funny moments. It is time. First attempt. Hopefully my only. Please, God, have mercy. He is on the street now, ladies and gentlemen. Spam him, spam him, spam him. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. No freaking way. I don't have Jug anymore. Wow, that is not good. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill myself with the war machine. What am I doing? Holy this is a problem. I lost the damn it. I may have cooked it. Okay, let's give it a chance. Oh, we got balls. Oh, no balls, no balls. I wonder if this shotgun can reach. There we go. Oh, here we go. Let's get that first ball, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, come on. One ball down. Holy shit, maybe we can still get it. Maybe we still got it in the bag, gamers. Sorry on the language. I'm going to have to censor a lot this one. Holy moly. There we go. Another one. Another ball. Give me another ball. Where's the ball? There's the ball. Come on, baby. Another ball down. Look at that. We're flying through the balls. I suck at the ball. Holy fuck, I hate this one. Oh, gotta use it. Gotta use it. Had to. That sucks. Oh, we got a nuke right there. That's perfect. Oh, shit. Almost killed myself. Holy fuck. Last ball. Gonna do it. Come on! Yeah! First try, baby. Oh, my God. Get the frick out of here, man. Holy moly. I'm gonna have to censor that so much in editing. I'm also just now realizing that there's actually a second Easter egg to Outbreak, which I never really knew, and I will not be doing it, so let me quickly explain the lore, which is vital for how we get to Mauer der Toten. Ravenov tells Weaver that there's 4 scientists in Omega that wants to leave and go work for Requiem instead. Weaver catches wind of this and actually wants to try to exfil them so he can recruit them for Requiem, but when they find them, they find their bodies not alive. When the strike team tries to exfil, their helicopter is shot down and we are captured by the Omega group, where we are forced to work for Kravchenko for our own survival, which leads us to the events of Mauer der Toten. I really thought there for a second that I didn't press record for the boss fight. I was about to lose my shit. While the strike team is captured by the Omega Group, Kravchenko says that Valentina has gone missing. And not only that, there's a portal that has spawned in on the Berlin Wall. Kravchenko puts 2 and 2 together and realizes that Valentina has opened this portal for her own use. Kravchenko sees this as a bad thing, and he wants to use the strike team to force them to capture or kill Valentina and ensure that the portal is closed. And if he doesn't, he'll kill them. First thing we gotta do is get the power on, but I think for this particular part, I'm actually gonna chill here with the Rampage Inducer on just to get to round 5. Hopefully we'll be done pretty fast with this part. There's round 1. There's round 2. There's round 3. Holy shit, I'm gonna die. Okay, we're restarting. Alrighty, let's give that another whirl, shall we, gamers? Making good progress. Just gonna throw these fuses in right now, and we'll have the power on. Boop, bang, let's go. Alright, so we are gonna actually go right over here, and we're gonna go get Klaus's hands. We gotta come to the end of this hallway right over here, and right here is where we're gonna make a brain rot zombie at some point, hopefully soon. There we go. And that brain rot zombie is going to open it for us, and we're actually going to run right over here and get stamina, and then we'll go get Klaus's hands, which will lead us to our next step. All right, so here is Klaus's hands from this very alive feller. There we go. Got the last part we need to build Klaus, so we're actually going to head down there now, build him, and then we'll be on to the next step. Klaus is a soldier robot that is incredibly instrumental for completing this Easter egg, and he actually helps us discover a secret base found right here. In this hidden bunker, we actually find out this is a second little facility for Project End Station, where Dr. Valentina was trying to create her own portal for her own use. When we enter the facility, she starts talking some wacky stuff like my ascension begins and my army approaches and the Reich will have her revenge. Which is really weird because she's with the Russians, but she's saying the Reich like Germans, like Nazis. I'm confused. Back to the task on hand, Kravchenko and Dr. Peck inform us that we need to use these 3 canisters right here, fill them with Ethereum, and make an inversion warhead so we can shut down this portal so we can stop Valentina from doing whatever she wants to do with the Reich. So this next portion of the Easter egg is actually kind of hard. It took me a long time, but you have to get all 3 of these canisters filled up and placed on that podium right there. And then once you're done with that, you have to come over to this area and have Klaus stop the train so you can get the warhead, which helps the Ethereum canisters explode to shut down that portal. And then we bring that back to the podium, we place it on there, but then we realize we need some uranium, so then we have to go summon a satellite for some reason, and then kill these bad boys, and they drop uranium for us. And we pick up that uranium, we go over to crafting table, and we create a uranium device, which we then go over to the rooftop of the buildings and place it on the zip lines, and we have them smack into each other, and then they can be placed into the warhead. In there. Now we're literally just gonna sit here, and as soon as she's ready to engage, we're gonna start that ring of fire, and then hopefully 1 ring of fire should be able to just nail her first phase. There's 5 total phases for this boss fight. I'm really hoping that we can get through it really fast.
What have you become?
My name is Angelica Hannibal Vogel, daughter of Vogel. I am here to complete his mission. The dawn of the new Reich begins now!
Right when we're about to nuke this portal, Valentina comes out from it and says that her real name is Angelica Hannibal Vogel, the daughter of Ulrich Vogel. And if you don't remember, in the beginning of this video, Ulrich Vogel was the director of Project End Station in D Machine. According to what Valentina knew while she was in the Dark Aether, she met her father, and her father told her it was her duty to continue his legacy, which is why she comes back saying that she is doing it for the Reich. I do want to talk a bit about the gameplay and how this map operates a little bit. Since I didn't touch too much on it, I didn't even talk about the wonder weapon of this map, which I believe is one of the best wonder weapons that Cold War has to offer. It's the Cerberus. The Cerberus is unique to this map, and I actually think that it was a really good wonder weapon. And all the variants for it are actually pretty solid as well. I kinda wish there was a challenge associated with attaining each of the variants instead of it just being a zombie drop. I think that's kinda lame. But I think in terms of the consistency of difficulty throughout Cold War, that does check out. I think also using Klaus as a, key factor in the Easter egg was really cool, and I also think that Klaus was like the Civil Protector from Shadows of Evil, or even other iterations we've seen of that, but a more refined version. And I also liked that you're able to upgrade Klaus, so even if you're just going for high rounds, he can be a really valuable resource for that. If we're excluding Outbreak from the equation on the Cold War catalog, I do have to say that this is probably my favorite map. There's depth to it, there's verticality, it's a nice sized map, it's got a good wonder weapon, it's got good little side Easter eggs, it's got a good blend of, zombie bosses. Overall, I think this is a really solid map, and if you play any of them or do the Easter egg for any of them, I would definitely recommend this one. Gameplay aside, let's get back to our story. You remember how I said that Valentina said that she kind of met her father in the Dark Aether? Well, it could have actually been something that Kravchenko mentions, which is a figure known as the Forsaken, our last map. And the Forsaken is this giant entity of great proportions and great power that wants to take over our world from the Dark Aether. Boom!
You cannot stop the Forsaken. He will consume this world.
Deliver the warhead to the Dark Aether. Let us be done with this.
I suppose this is the real reason why I'm here. Oh, it is important to feel needed.
Our good buddy Klaus, the man who helped us along with this journey, is the man who carries the nuke into the portal and detonates it, closing this portal forever. But there was one last thing that Valentina said that irks the strike team, irks Omega, and irks Requiem. And it's the words of the figure, the Forsaken. After the nuke is detonated, we can finally free Raptor 1, and we try to escape the village and escape Omega, but Kravchenko says, nah, I would like to kill ya now, but we narrowly escape. We're running through this little town, and for some reason a portal spawns in as Weaver says, now Sam. We jump through the portal, and this happens. Since Samantha Maxis also went into the Dark Aether, she now has freaking superpowers. This is starting to feel like a Marvel timeline, but as you can see right now, someone's watching us. Who could be watching us on this screen? There's a man that sits there with his coffee. Could this be the director? The director that we've heard so much about. The director that appointed Weaver specifically to be the special operations officer for Requiem. And there's something written on this screen. Project Janus. The director takes notes of Maxis's ever-growing powers. This will be an important thing to remember when we're walking into Black Ops 6. On to the next map! Requiem gets some information that Operatia Inversia may be taking place at a different location. Specifically at this facility in Spain, where the map Forsaken takes place. So Requiem goes in with the strike team, and they actually find out that Omega is trying to retrieve a man named Zykov. Yes, the Zykov from the beginning of this timeline, the man that started it all, the man destined to be doomed. And when they bring him back, this happens. Go right over here and press this button. Boom, cutscene time already.
Requiem. Once again, you're too late.
My friends, you did it. You brought me home. I have long awaited this day to take what is mine. 40 Earth years, 4 Dark Aether centuries, abandoned, trapped, left to die. But I endured. I fought. I consumed. I evolved. You trusted me and did as I asked. You built the machine that could bring me back. The Dark Aether shall consume your world. This realm is mine.
Colonel, you have to believe me. I didn't realize he was the creature.
You fucking fool. The wolf was at our door and you let him in. You have doomed us all.
All is not lost. Not yet.
Sam, what are you doing?
What I have to do, Reaver. For the good of us all. This is not your world to end!
So over the course of the series of this game, both Requiem and Omega were trying to get Zykov out of the Dark Aether, and when they retrieved Zykov out of the Dark Aether, he was actually the Forsaken that we were talking about earlier. He was the big kahuna, the big baddie, and now we have to defeat him, so we have to go run around and do some tasks so we can actually access the area. And to do this, we have to get the wonder weapon of the map, which is the Chrysalax, and then we have to build a neutralizer, charge up the neutralizer, and then we're right into the boss fight. And here was some funny moments that happened during my time through the Easter egg. Jeez. Come on now. Armor's already broken. Crazy, crazy. Okay, yep, that's a down. At least we've got Jug and Stamina up still. Oh, we're done. Look at that, we got our part. This is an incredibly easy Easter egg. Look at that, we already have a guy that spawned in. Hopefully he charges me. There we go, got that part. Come on. Yeah! Look, we got the second crystal for the Chrysalax. I love that. Oh, there's a Tormentor right there. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe. Hey, look at that! I got the last crystal. I basically will have the Chrysalax now, which is goated. Well, good thing we can still do that. Alright, so we activate this, and then we do this, and then let's see if we can do it. Ah, damn it. There we go. We just gotta drive it nice and carefully. Nice and carefully. Jump, detonate. Boom. I think I got it. Look at that. I got the last piece. There's the crystals. Now we just need to get some kills with it. There it is. Chrysalax time, baby. Yeah, we're goated. I love this. Round 14. We're making really great progress right now. I have to say that this map had potential. It honestly wasn't my favorite. I really liked the Chrysalax. I liked that it was a melee weapon that was really powerful, that could turn into like this crystal gun thing. But I also felt like the map was just 4 different rooms that you could teleport or zipline to. I didn't really love that. There wasn't a lot of like dimension to it, kind of like Firebase Z or even Maurer Toten was kind of fleshed together, versus this just felt like 4 rooms. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way, but I have to say that the Easter egg was really fun and the gameplay was kind of lackluster, but it was overall a good map. But by round 14, I have the Chrysalax, I have the Neutralizer ready to be built. I just have to go around to these giant crystals here and shoot the balls and kill the crystals, and then I have to go feed the crystal to an abomination. Kind of tedious and weird steps, but it was really easy for me, especially when you have the, one of the best guns in the game on round 14. So this was pretty easy, and then once you do this, you activate the Neutralizer, and then you're in the boss fight, which I will show right here. Literally, it's what the frick? What? This is my best run yet, which is insane. It's round 18, and we're going into the point of no return. We just have to do this part, which is really easy. Insanity. So when we activate the Neutralizer, we have to kind of fuel it up with those crystals I just showed, and it's kind of tough because, as you can see, you have to go outside of this bubble, which damages you, and I actually almost died here, which would have been a terrible place to die, but I made it back, and you just kind of have to stand with it, or like those Overwatch missions where you kind of walk with the objective type thing, and it's only for like maybe 100 feet or something like that. Like that little purple room right there is the end of it, and it's really not hard. And then once you get there, you get access to all these perks, the pack-a-punch machine, the crafting table, armor if you need it, and then you literally walk into the boss fight, and it looks something like this. All right, well, this is as good as it's gonna get. Wow. Round 18 boss fight. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. There is the Forsaken. We're just going to smack him right in the wiener. Right in the... Okay, maybe not. Get out of there. I have to say, after playing all of the Cold War maps, this Easter egg was super duper easy. Like, this run only took me about an hour, and that is saying something for someone who is kind of a noob when it comes to zombies. So I ran through this Easter egg really fast, and it's weird to have a finale, something that feels like you're climbing the peak of a mountain, be so easy, because it took no time at all for me. I was able to blast through the boss fight, all of the steps with ease. And even though like the visual, set pieces and stuff like that is really cool, I kind of wish that this final Easter egg was a lot more difficult, kind of like how Outbreak was really hard. I almost wish that the difficulty of those 2 maps, Outbreak and Forsaken, kind of swapped, because then it would at least feel like it makes sense that the finale is the hardest piece. Needless to say, this was a really cool ending to the series. You end up taking out the Forsaken, and this happens. Bang! Come on, get rid of his arm. Boom! Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Now we just got to do his stomach, right? Maybe it's his head. I don't remember. Oh. Oh, yes. Let's see how it ends. Look at that. No one escapes alive. Look, it's Carver. I forget her name. Strauss. And Weaver. Killing all my homies. Why would you kill my homies like that, bro? Hey, Carver, look at this axe I found. Isn't it cool? Alright, there we go. We're gonna laser cannon his ass and we should be done. Come on! Come on! Bada bing, bada boom! Get jebaited! Oh no! Yeah, baby! I'm a legend. Oh my goodness. Get off of me, you piece of poop! Oh my lord.
The base is expanding. Make sure you wrap it up.
Oh my goodness. I'm dying!
Outbreak zones expanding around the globe.
God, that happened to me last time I died.
Consume this world. Not as long as I am here.
Sam,
Whatever you're thinking of doing, don't do it!
I'm not a bad person, Weaver. I am a good soul. I know what I have to do. I'm sorry. This is the only way.
Samantha jams her body into the Forsaken, killing the Forsaken and throwing her into the dark, deep reaches of the Dark Aether once again, but saving the planet as we know it. The Forsaken dies and enters this sphere behind us with all of those red little souls going into that ball. And yeah, this is the finale to the Easter egg. And that was the ball I was talking about right there. Not really sure what that's for. But it is something that's shown in the newest trailers for the Black Ops 6 Zombies maps. And I think now is a good time to talk about what's next. I do have to say, for context, this ending cutscene right here is very interesting because the song that plays is the same song that plays for the Liberty Falls trailer, which is really interesting because now we know there's a direct connection as to what happens here in Liberty Falls. And we actually see that sphere thing that they're carrying on the helicopter, which is where the Forsaken is now trapped, inside of the Liberty Falls Easter egg. Or not the Liberty Falls Easter egg, I mean the Liberty Falls trailer. We haven't gotten the Easter egg yet. But, you know, this happens, and then as soon as these events take place, everyone gets arrested, which is really interesting. And it's almost like the entire Requiem, agency shuts down. Here's the director looking at the screen. It says, entity acquired, all breaches sealed. Max is back in the Dark Aether. She's no longer a problem with Project Janus. And we don't know what Project Janus is still. Maybe that's something that we'll find out. Here we see Dr. Gray getting arrested, and we see the rest of the strike team get arrested as well. Weaver, everybody. And that's where it kind of takes us into Terminus, where we see them all locked up in the middle of the freaking ocean. Now, I know I'm kind of bouncing around with the new stuff that's kind of coming out, but let me show you this last two pieces of this cutscene first. I actually just realized that when I recorded this, the copyrighted music was playing, but we see the director, the man we've seen at the end of most of our Easter eggs, and now we verified that this is the director. We saw it on his coffee mug, now we see it on his table. And now we see the director has a family and was maybe in the military as well, and this looks like an oddly familiar figure that we've seen before, maybe in a previous lifetime. This is the one, the only, Edward Richtofen in the new timeline. But our story doesn't quite end there.
I need to rent a boat. Where do you need to go? Here. Are you sure? There's nothing there. What is it you're looking for? I'm looking for some old friends.
Dr. Peck wants to go seemingly to the middle of the ocean. Let me do some explaining. The end of the Forsaken Easter egg kinda picks us up back at Terminus. So after the arrests of all of the members of Requiem, they get sent to this island for some reason, I assume. And they're locked up here 5 years later. And I assume that when we play Terminus on October 25th, that we'll find out that connection with Dr. Peck. Because Dr. Peck, at the end of that Easter egg, says that he's trying to meet up with some old friends. And if you remember, throughout Cold War, even though Dr. Peck was a bad guy, I think he is a selfish guy for sure, but I think he probably wants some help, especially after what happened to him in Forsaken, because he got blown up in the observation tower. That was a detail I forgot to mention earlier, but that's why his face is all messed up. and he's missing his eye because of Kravchenko. So I think we'll see in Terminus how that kind of unfolds, in terms of all of Requiem being arrested, put on this island, and then Dr. Peck trying to come to this island as well. The other side of things that we saw in the trailer as well is finding out that the director is Edward Richtofen, and this next map will take place in what we see right now, which is Liberty Falls. Now, I've heard a lot of lashback from the previews that we've seen from Liberty Falls, and people are saying that this is definitely the casual map. But I mean, look at that, man. I mean, it's got some aura. I know it's kind of, lackluster in some ways, but I really do have hope for this. I do have hope for Black Ops 6. I think they're really locked in for this season, and I'm really hoping that they prove us wrong, honestly. Like, there's a lot of haters in the community for what's to come, but I think that as long as we continue with our criticism, with whatever we see, and like really just being honest with Treyarch, I think it's better for us as a community to just kind of bind together and just be honest and critical, but not so divisive and hateful. I see a lot of that in the community, and I really wish it would stop, because at the end of the day, we all just want a really fun game to play after we've had a hard day at work or we've had a hard day at school, and we just want something where we can kill some zombies and unwind. I think that's a common goal of all of us zombies players. And I really hope that, while you've watched this video, that you really feel some of that uniting happening as we speak. But in terms of the story, we see some background from Eddie. And I'm going to call him Eddie from now, because he's not even the same Edward Richtofen from the last storyline, the regular Aether storyline. But, I mean, this is really just interesting to see where they will take this new story with this new timeline. I mean, he's leading this Project Janus, and like I said earlier, at the end of Forsaken, it looks like the Forsaken is trapped inside of that ball, but at the end of this cinematic for the Liberty Falls map, we hear Sam talking from that same ball. So it's going to be really interesting to see what kind of lore we get from each of these maps, as well as how they play. There's been so much information about augments and all of the new innovations they're going to be bringing to the game, and I have to say, overall, it is a good time to be a Zombies fan. I really feel like this is going to be a fantastic year for zombies. Anyways, guys, that's going to be pretty much it for the video. I'm pretty excited for the next Call of Duty. I have really high hopes for what we will see in the future. It sounds like they have really good planning in place to really take this Dark Aether storyline into a good direction that will grow on people. It's definitely grown on me, especially playing through these Easter eggs. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like if you liked, and I hope that if you enjoy this style of content, or just content from me in general, please subscribe. And like I said earlier in the video, if you guys are looking for a energy supplement or just a hydration drink, go ahead and try Glitch. You can use code TOA for 10% off, and it's some really good stuff. You can even try the trial packs for fairly cheap, I think under 20 bucks, and it's a really great company, and it's good stuff overall. With all that said, this has been a not so brief overview of the Dark Aether storyline, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.